You follow that feeling. The feeling that's true to you and who you are is excitement. All that other stuff is not who you are. Excitement is something that is exposing the true you. Like, I'm pursuing a dream. Like, it's a far-fetched idea. I didn't have no agents looking for me. I didn't have showcases. I wasn't on a TV show. I just was like, I want to be an actor. You know what I'm saying? Like, dollar in a dream, man. And then I was like, that worked. Signed
literally.
Right. Yeah, I literally had $1. And so, yeah, man, I mean, it gets crazy up until right now, to this point where I'm at right now. It got crazier. Like, the adversities got bigger, but the growth has got bigger. And, you know, like, look where we're at, like, with the whole COVID situation. Like, I got signed to a theatrical agent during COVID. Like, what? I found the coach that I've been looking for since I got out here prior to COVID. Mm-hmm. He's the one that helped me get the agent. Mm-hmm. Got my manager during a time where I felt like I didn't have the credentials for it, but I knew I needed management. I just didn't know what to do. And then I just set out and was like, okay, but I had a management company in mind that I wanted to sign with. And I ended up signing with the top manager, Betty McCormick, my favorite manager in the world, and got signed to Awkward Talent with Courtney Pelden. I have a team now. I got a coach here. I got an agent. I got a manager. I got a good support system. I got a good living situation. I'm in a good position right now. And though I still have adversities happening in between these times, man, like, I had family members pass in the last couple months. And, you know what I'm saying? I've had situations where roommates were moving and I had to replace it with a new roommate, but got lucky that this next roommate was even, was somebody I could live with last minute. And so there's things outside of my control, but yet the one things that I can control is my mental state, my physical state, my spiritual state, my relationship, my financial. As long as I stay within those spaces, as long as I stay grounded and learn to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations, learn how to navigate those, how to be mindful, not fearful, not to be careful, but mindful. You know what I'm saying? Full of care. Like, understanding that what I say and how I feel have to be impeccable. I can't just say one thing to say another. I can't just feel one way to feel another. I just have to know at the end of the day, the goal is to always feel good. Mm-hmm. Whatever that is for you, feel good. If you need to take a nap, take a nap. If you need to call off work, call off work. If you need to change position, do whatever it is, but never complain about something and not make a move. There's a story about a dog who's sitting on a porch and he's sitting on a nail, right? No, sorry. I already killed the fucking thing. The story about a dog, he's sitting on the porch and he's howling. He's like, oh, right? And then the guy goes, what's wrong with your dog? He's like, he's sitting on a nail. And the dog's like, oh. He's like, why doesn't he just get up? He's like, well, it doesn't hurt him that much.
Wow, that's powerful. That's
most people will complain about the situation or circumstance or whatever the case may be, but they won't move. They won't move because it doesn't.
The pain is not great enough. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, fuck that. And I was like, I don't want to be that. And I was that for a long time, man. That was me for a long time. And so now it's like, let's just keep going. That's been my motto. I mean, I guess, Nipsey Hussle has a good thing on that, is the marathon continues.
Life is a marathon.
And mine is like, just keep going, you know what I'm saying? And keep the dream alive and,
Well, this whole process,
all the cliches, all the cliches, and just, that's the biggest thing. These are the biggest things. You want to listen to audios You want to read books. You want to attend events. You want to listen to people that have what you want, been where you are. Ultimately, becoming who do you get opinions from? People who have what you want, been where you are. Ultimately, who you listen to yourself. Yeah, I mean, you want to use analogies, metaphors to get a better grasp of new knowledge. So anything that's new to you, some new knowledge, some things I was just speaking about that you may not understand, but you have like an idea of what I'm talking about. You start to picture, oh, that's like playing tennis, or that's like basketball, or that's like doing this, or that's like doing that. But finding metaphors and analogies to compare these ideas and these concepts and techniques and to assimilate and make your own, which is something I learned from Napoleon Hill's Succeed and Grow Rich Through Persuasion, which was the formula R2A2, which is recognize, relate, assimilate, and apply. We all do this on an unconscious level. We recognize something that works for somebody, or recognize something that we like. We relate it to something that we want to do, or a certain situation or circumstance in our life. We assimilate it, make it our own, and then we apply it. Recognize, relate, assimilate, and apply. So taking all these concepts, taking all these techniques, and then trying them out, testing it out, seeing what kind of thing. But again, it's just like going to the gym, right? You don't just go once. You want to get those reps in, commit it to memory, master those basics. You know what I mean? We're at the learning of the learning process is unconscious incompetence. You don't know what you don't know. Conscious incompetence. Now you know you don't know something. Conscious competence. Now you know how to do the thing and you're just practicing it. Doing that repetition, that's usually where we'll be at. To ultimately is conscious incompetence. Conscious competence, which is second nature, reflex, instinct, and part of your DNA. But there's like another one right below that one, which is like...
Wait, there's more than 4?
Yeah, there's like a 5th one. Which
there's
is
a 5th one? Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because Jared was just on talking about this. We actually went really in depth about this, and he didn't mention a 5th one. So what do you think
the 5th one is like conscious, unconscious competence or something like that. It's like you're conscious of your unconscious competence.
That's some meta stuff right there, dude.
You know
that's some deep psychological and meta stuff at the same time.
Yeah, it's like conscious, unconscious competence.
Because it's literally the one saying is you know how much you don't know. And the very act of you not knowing how much you don't know, you go and seek that knowledge to find out more stuff, acquire more knowledge. But then you start coming back around full circle where you realize, man, as I'm learning these new knowledge systems, there's still a lot more I don't know about it.
Yeah,
keep upgrading.
It just keeps going, man. But after a while, it's like, how much, can you help better yourself and help others better themselves? Just always optimizing and maximizing on opportunity. And yeah, man, like it's all subjective. So you could use this for whatever. So, be careful. Be full of care and mindful of how you apply these things, because at the end of the day, it's your responsibility. Mm-hmm. You can point fingers all day, but every time you point one finger, there's 3 fingers pointing back right back at you. So yeah, just be responsible. Take responsibility. Don't be reactive. And we use that in the metaphor of medical terms, where it's like someone is given a medication, they're having a reaction to it, negative. Someone's given a medication, they're responding well to it, positive. So it's better to be responsive than to be reactive. Be at cause, not at effect.
To respond to things without allowing your emotions.
Doesn't matter. Yeah. It's like poker, right? You get dealt these cards. That's determinism. The cards you have is what you have. You're born in this world. You're born in America. You're born in Japan. You're born wherever you're born. That's determinism. You're born there. You're born in a certain demographic. You're born in a certain financial class, or whatever it is, economic class. You're born with abilities, disabilities, whatever the case may be. That's what you're given. But what you do with those cards, what you do with that circumstance, what you do with that situation, what you do with where you're at is your free will. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have It's like the creator gives us free will to be good or bad, to respond negatively or positively. And it's up to have that discernment to realize when a situation is good for us and when it's bad for us, and to not allow our emotions to cloud our decision-making abilities. And from
on an individual level, because that's what happens with groupthink. Groupthink gets very surface level. But by individuals taking responsibility of their own actions and their own inactions, you start to see a better result. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's living a different dream. It's like what Miguel Ruiz talks about is like, there's all these individual
of the 4 agreements.
Four agreements. Yeah. You have all these dreams being lived on at once, and it's just like a collaborative dream happening in our physical reality. It's pretty powerful stuff. And it's like, what?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. Like again, I don't know. I'm not the guy. I'm not holier than thou. I'm not. I'm just speaking about experiences and things that I've received, man. And it's just super powerful. And I want people to understand they have that within them, because we all have that ability. We are a receiving and broadcasting station, how Napoleon Hill would coined it. And our thoughts are things, and we emit these thoughts into frequency, and what we send out, we get back. So there's just so much truth in that. And that life is a mirror, man. Like anything that you feel inside, everything that you get, you reflect back. And it goes to show for everything, man. And it goes so deep, because we could say, but they did that to me. They did that. Yes, I get that. I do. I understand. I've been there. I was there. But if it wasn't for the government, I get it. Yes, I know. Yep, exactly.
It's about what you make of your own story, being the archetype. Do you want to be the hero? What character you want to be in your own story?
Yeah, exactly. And it's hard to speak on certain situations for other people, but all I can do is like have them look deep into themselves and ask that question, am I taking full response? The moment you could take full responsibility of all that you've experienced, and I'm not saying responsibility as in like, I created myself. I'm God. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying.
The spiritual arrogance aspect of it.
Yeah, because I believe it's a collaboration between you and your higher self, you and God, you and the universe, whatever the case may be. Like Joe Dispenza talks about, he says, so I think about it like you're on the shoulders of a giant and all you got to do is whisper in its ear. You know what I'm saying? That's your relationship with God and universe and just life. Once you have that understanding, that respect for each other. Because it's so funny how like people understand there's this bigger presence that is bigger than them, but yet they haven't humbled themselves sometimes to be like, please God, let me get a parking spot, right? They're like, please God, let me get a parking spot. But when it comes to life situations and bigger things, they're like, oh, I got this. God, help me find this parking spot. But when it comes to making my dreams come true or whatever,
And I think for me, I can speak for myself on this, is that having a relationship from the creator God, all the other names, I call it the aseity, to kind of like basically be the catch-all word for
intelligence, source.
Source.
Remove the language. It just is. Right?
It is, right? And I think having that connection, doing something greater than yourself, and having a constant communication channel with that greater is God, that it helps. I don't know. That's where it's like, I can't explain it because it's something that can't be explained. But it's something that is very important to do, to have that communication open, and knowing that you not only are you caring for yourself, you're caring for your family, but you're caring for just existence itself. Like we are in the playground, and this is our theme park. We can go on these roller coasters. We can go over here and play on one of these booths. We can see a sideshow right here. Like why not have that communication with life, with existence, and ask for greater things for yourself? And it seems like you've been doing that. You've been applying all of that. You built a system around it, and it's. I think it's rewarding you rewarding with wealth in your way that you find fulfilling and satisfying.
Yeah. And I think everybody goes through it, man. I think everybody does. And they all understand it. But we sometimes get lost in the sauce because we're playing around with an ability and we don't have a mentor. We don't have a direction, right? We don't have someone or something that's been there before and is helping you shape that ability. We don't have a Yoda or Obi-Wan. You know what I mean? And
but we do
important.
get it kind of from other people and from knowledge. I mean, just our relationship, like you mention it, and then having systems of knowledge, and then it's like an unknown knowing of that connection. Yeah.
It's good to have a mentor, even if it's a person that's dead, like Napoleon Hill or Jesus or whoever, anybody, Bruce Lee, anybody alive, you know what I'm saying, and watching and hearing what they do. But again, at the end of the day, everybody is different. Everybody has different paths. Everybody has different abilities, but everybody has these tools and resources at hand.
So don't be going to IG, TikTok all day, and it's cool to have entertainment, relaxing.
If you're having fun and that makes you feel good and you can do that, do that. Mm-hmm. If you're just sitting in bed all day and scrolling and clicking and liking stuff, makes you feel good and it doesn't affect anybody's well-being, do that. Mm-hmm. Who am I to tell you to do anything that? But if you're out there killing people or we all know what's right, we all know what's wrong. Even the people that are wrong know they're wrong, but yet they do it. You know what I'm saying?
And man,
but don't succumb to be those people. Like, if that's not who you are and not what you want.
We can definitely go into
your own judgment. Yeah.
So some deep concepts with like Napoleon's Hill, outwitting the devil, and that'll be for another time, but for sure.
For sure, man. But yeah, at the end of the day, here I am. I made it through adversities that I feel were pretty substantial in my life and have learned from them and still learning, still open and growing. And you know what I'm saying? Like what I thought was something I would never be able to achieve then. Come tomorrow, I'll probably get a call and be like, hey man, we want to book you for our show, or who knows? I don't know. But I'm working towards these things. I'm working towards, you know what I mean? Like I have a big, pretty lofty goal. And if I hit it, I hit it. If I don't, I'm gonna make sure I'm doing everything in my ability to be able to hit that goal. And if I don't, I want to know that I left it all on the table. Left it all on the stage.
I always like to bring in the story of The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, how he wanted to be an NFL player, didn't make it, went to the Canadian Football League, didn't make it, and he went back to wrestling, became a superstar, and then he became a AAA A-lister actor, making gods know how much, and still making an influence on society today, where they're even talking about, I think there's like a Joe Rogan clip about Rock, someone wanting The Rock to become president or something like that. So you never know where it's going to take you. And I know your lofty goals, but I think your goals are within reach. And I think the transitional period that you're going through, all the action steps you've taken, the things that you've done to invest in yourself by building new skills, abilities to enhance your capabilities, it looks like the path is already going there. And even if the path, I don't want to say into existence, you're still going to be doing something greater. I can feel it that your destiny is going to be greater.
Likewise, brother, man. I appreciate that. Like you as well, man. I see that for you, and we even having this conversation is just confirmation of that, because we had talk to each other about potentially having each other on a podcast or something of the sort. And here it is, 3 years later, however long it's been.
And what I want to first note is that my first thing to doing anything that's broadcasted was on Periscope with you.
What did I tell you to do? I was just fucking turn it on.
Yeah, you're just like, let's just go on. I'm like, okay. Because you kept hearing me talk about it. And you're just like, let's just go on.
Just turn it on, dude.
Yeah.
What it is, man. Whatever it is, try it out. You'll know if you want to do it for a while.
So I'm going to wrap this up. And what I want to ask you is, for the viewers, for the people that are tuning in and watching this, to help them on their journey, what is the question that you would tell them that they should ask themselves?
The question?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a list of questions that I was given in acting that's, I think, is really powerful. It's not even a question, but a guideline. This is who I am. This is what I want. This is the obstacle to get what I want. What am I going to try to do? Or remove try. What am I going to do? Then you choose between whether it's for this lifetime or the next. And you understand that these particular characters do a certain thing. So whatever you want to become, whatever you want to do, whoever you are and what you want, you start to understand there's certain characteristics that come with becoming that person. Because if you're asking yourself, if I'm not that person yet, what will I have to do, or who will I have to become to receive the thing that I want?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you start moving from there, and you take those action steps. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We're not going to change overnight, but mentally we can. Then physically we can. And spiritually we can. Relationship-wise we can. Financially we can. Financially is a big part of it because you want to be able to afford security, home, all that stuff, so you could do more things. Relationships as well. You want healthy relationships so that you can network. And you got to remember, Jesus, one man, 12 disciples, 1.5 billion converted.
Christ consciousness.
You know what I'm saying? One man. This is before social media. So it's just like really being present, really being on your purpose, really understanding who you are, what you are. So asking that question, who am I? What do I want? What obstacles are in the way of keeping me from getting what I want? And what am I going to do to overcome those obstacles? What am I willing to do? What is your teachability index? What's your willingness to learn, willingness to accept change? Where are you on your learning scale? Are you on unconscious incompetence, conscious incompetence, conscious competence, or unconscious competence? Where are you on the training balance scale? It's 90% mental, 10% think, action. But action is big too. You got to take action. And then who do you listen to? Who has what you want, then where you are, becomes who you get opinions by. Who has what you want has been where you are, ultimately who you listen to yourself. So once you have all that, that's just a foundation that you could work from. So you could go as far as you can see, and when you get there, you'll see further. It's like driving to LA from San Francisco or wherever, and you just, every 100 miles or so, it says how many more miles you got left. And all you can see is 100 feet in front of you. So just keep going until you see further. And you'll know. You can feel it, you can see it, you can hear it, whatever ability you're utilizing at the time. And yeah, you start utilizing those indicators and you follow that feeling. The feeling that's true to you and who you are is excitement. All that other stuff is not who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, excitement is something that is exposing the true you. follow that until it doesn't excite you anymore. Then follow the next thing that excites you. Don't beat the dead horse. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so real quick, one of my very, 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 very first videos for Org Unity messages, I had a phone conversation with you, Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
You. I don't forget what the whole conversation was about, but I was telling you about what I was doing in my life and why I'm doing it. And you're just like, Scott, stop. I'm like, what? And you said, I want you to know, ask yourself, why are you doing this? What is the reason? And just give me one word. I don't want you to be, or give me in one sentence, a few words, and that's it. You don't have to explain this multi-level thing that you're doing. Just keep it succinct. And I kept trying to guess. And you're like, no, that's not it. No, that's not it. And by this point, I was just like, Joseph, just freaking tell me the answer. You're being so Yoda-like right now. And you're just like, you do it because you're excited to do it. You feel good that you're doing it. And once you understand that concept, Scott, you're going to keep going.
Yeah.
So it was a wonderful piece of advice. And I had to put it up because I was like, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That's why we do anything.
Mm-hmm.
You ask the question, why do I want this? And you just keep going down and answering it. The bottom level is that because it feels good. People are like, well, I want to help the world because I want to change the world and I want to, but why? And they're like, because I can feed the kids and I can eat all that. I was like, but why? What does that do? Like, at the end of the day, it's because it feels good. And don't be afraid because it's not selfish, because that kind of selfishness is not selfish at all.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? It's like, I want to help others because it makes me feel good. Like, don't help others if you don't feel good doing it. Like, what? Okay. Helping people? God, just do it because it's supposed to like make a change in the world or something. God, I hate helping people.
And I think that actually hones down into your own clarity of being, because for me, I wanted to help people. I want to help people. I am doing it. And when you had me clear up my mind, my language to make it align to my inner spirit, that's when I was like, wow, that is what is true to my inner core. It makes me fucking feel awesome doing it.
Yeah.
It's so phenomenal. That one question and is what makes you feel good doing. Joseph, this has been a great, enlightening conversation, just as always.
Man, sorry, I was just blabbing, blah, 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 blah.
It's fine. You can keep on going if you want. I'm gonna just build it. I'm gonna cut this all up into different
I don't even
clips.
know if you got what I wanted, or what you wanted.
I got a lot, man. I got a lot, especially the last 15 minutes, 20 minutes here was clip worthy. Like, what I mean by clip worthy, it means I can build out a whole bunch of little videos, and and I'll give you send you a download link. But I think this is a good start. Good place to end. A good start of what we're starting. What we're doing. And for all you guys out there, this is Joseph over here. Joseph, blast out whatever you want to blast out right now.
Man, just keep doing what you guys are doing and have fun and live your life. And again, feel good now, whatever that is. Like I was saying, if you want to take a nap, take a nap. If you want to go for a run. But whatever it is, don't do it because you think it's the right thing to do, but do it because it feels good. It feels good to you, and that's the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel like you're procrastinating because you're not doing the thing you think you need to do just yet. Mm-hmm. But just know that you're on the path as long as you feel good. When you don't feel good, do the thing that's going to help you feel good, whatever that is. You know what I'm saying?
All right. And then where can they find you?
Man, you can find me on Instagram at TheRealJoeTime, or you can Facebook, Joe Corzo, and Snapchat, TheRealJoeTime.
And like always,
access.
Like always, I'll put it in the description. You'll probably see it.
Yeah, I'll check out my IMDb.
Which one? Your IMDb? That's right. You got an IMDb.
Yeah,
you gotta check that out. And so this concludes this portion of the AUM podcast with Joe Corzo and myself. If you liked what you've heard here, hit that like button, subscribe, because we're going to have a lot more videos. We're going to have more key insights and through other people's perspective to help you wherever you are on your self-development mental journey. And so, Joe, say goodbye to the audience, but stay on with me for a little bit longer.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Peace, guys.
Have a good
I don't think it works because you're in there too. All right.
That's fun.
Like and subscribe on YouTube. Booty in your face.
We found true happiness.